Hello, folks. This is DNRP podcast. My name is Dex Nathan, and it's February the 3rd, uh, 2026. Uh, I just do this for interest to keep myself going in terms of everybody has to have some kind of constructive interest in hobby in life. I don't know whether it's all constructive, but it fascinates me. Regardless, I do it, posting videos, sharing it with people, information that I find interesting. And interesting people always hold my attention. I like to study about them. So today, something I saw something. Interestingly, it's about a tech Canadian American venture capitalist, tech billionaire. His estimated wealth is said to be 5 billion, could be more, but this is from the Wikipedia. I looked him up. I've seen him quite often with President Donald Trump in the White House. He's quite young, born September the 3rd, 1976, relatively a young person. He's originally from Sri Lanka. He was born there, but he came to Canada with his parents when he was barely 5 years old, a toddler. Ever since he's been living here, moved to US. His name is Chamath Palihapitiya. Chamath Palihapitiya, I hope I'm saying it right. He's originally, like I said, he was born in Sri Lanka, went to Canadian University, I guess, and then moved to US and did very well. That's why he's a billionaire. Let me just read a quick synopsis on him from Wikipedia, I believe. Chamath Palihapitiya is a Canadian American venture capitalist and entrepreneur. He founded and leads Social Capital, which he launched in 2011 after serving as a senior executive at Facebook from 2007 to 2011. Palihapitiya, that's his last name, I suppose, has used social capital to invest in technology and healthcare companies, championed high-profile special purpose acquisition company. I'm sorry, I'm breaking it up. Championed high-profile special purpose acquisition company deals. I hope I don't know why I'm breaking it up. Championed high-profile special purpose acquisition company deals, held a minority stake in the Golden State Warriors, and co-hosts all in a weekly business and technologies podcast launched in 2021 with co-hosts Jason Calacanis, David Sachs, and David Friedberg, which focuses on startup investing and technology policy. Well, the letters are tiny because that's why I'm struggling to, and the computer is a little further away. Anyways, that's Chamath Palihapitiya. I mean, got to respect people like this, who are successful. They have something that most of us, I guess, majority of the world, probably 99% of us don't have. Be it luck or be it, I think it's more than luck, a special set of skills that universities, education does not. It comes from birth. Anyway, not going into analyze that. Very successful person. He's from originally Sri Lanka. He works with the President Trump, staunch supporter of Trump administration. Very often I see him on with President Trump in the White House. That's him. Palihapitiya. Kudos to him. Highest respects and regards. To see they are in their own right. They are heroes in this world. Okay, let's move on to another. And he's someone who is very very close to Trump from the look of it, but very supportive of Trump administration. And now we'll look at another person. Folks, I mentioned that Chamath Palihapitiya, the billionaire, young billionaire who's living in States, is originally from Sri Lanka. And I'm just another person caught my attention. He's also originally from Sri Lanka. But by the way, Sri Lanka, for those who are not familiar with the geography, in the southern tip of India, you have an island separated. The separation is like, I don't know, it's like 30 minutes by boat, I guess. I think the closest would be, I mean, the area to cross would be like 22, separated by, I think, 24 miles or 22, not subject to correction. I should have checked it up, but thereabouts, I think. If I'm wrong, please, all the information, you can look it up on Wikipedia. That's Sri Lanka. The others, the country is known, the island was known for having a civil war. Lasted like, is it 27 years? And ended in 2009. So anyway, what's this civil war is about? It's about people say it's racial, separated by its racial enmity or that caused. It's race is a term very commonly used in that part of the world, but that's a misnomer. The reason being, it's not the race, because when you look at these two communities, they pretty much look the same. For a foreigner, it would be, for a Westerner, it would be hard to distinguish by the look of these two communities. The major community is the Sinhalese community, and they are brown-skinned, and the Tamil community, they are brown-skinned. But it's not racial, it's ethnic too. The Tamil speaker, they speak the oldest language in the world known as Tamil, and now the archaeologists and even Harvard researchers say Tamil is the oldest language of the world. There's enough artifacts and material to support that theory. So Tamil is the oldest. Sinhalese is relatively a young language. It's been around, like, I guess, around 2,500 years. Tamil language from time immemorial, I guess. Right. And so having said that, who is this man, the other man? His name is Neville Roy Singham. There's a reason why I'm bringing his name up. He's said to be a Tamil man, originally from Sri Lanka, but American citizen, but based in China. What is he? Let me briefly read the information I found on Wikipedia. His full name is Neville Roy Singham, a tech billionaire and native Sri Lankan Tamil man. His name has come up, nobody knew before, and Bill O'Reilly talks about it on his podcast. This man's name has come up for funding the U.S. civil disturbances. This is the Minnesota problems and all the other civil rights. The leftist, far left, is being, it's come to light that they are all funded. They are paid protesters. So that one person's name, this billionaire, Neville Roy Singham, is funding these riots. And I was shocked to see some Sri Lankan is involved in it, and is said to have some business affiliations or business based in China. Don't want to go too deep into it. Reportedly, this is what the news says. So what about this person? Let me read what it is. Sri Lanka is a small island and just went through a lot of hardships because the corrupt people, after the civil war, a corrupt family took over and bankrupted the country, and people are suffering. The suffering is unbelievable. Just people who supported these people to government to fight this ethnic war based on language, two ethnic groups, and they suffered, namely the Sinhalese people, and the Tamil people fled. Or the West opened the doors because they were refugees, and civil war, untold suffering, untold number of killings, untold number of bombings. They say the last final phase of war, the final few days, estimated 180,000 people killed. But the other side, of course, it's always the case, denies that, and they say no, it's exaggerated. But who is exaggerating and who is telling the truth is highly debatable. Now, everybody looks at a real set of facts the way they choose to interpret, because that's just the human nature, subjective. You're on one side of the fence, your view is different on the other side of the fence. It's different. Anyway, Sri Lanka's GDP was slowly recovering after 2024. Now it's said to be 99 billion GDP. So it's not a big economy. It's not even running into trillions, just a billion. 99 billion. Before it just dropped to half that much, I guess. So that's Sri Lanka. This person, Neville Roy Singham, tech billionaire and native of Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan Tamil community, is reportedly funding the US civil far left riots. Now let's listen to what Bill O'Reilly has to say. Okay. All right, Bill O'Reilly, we are here. Let's listen.
2026, stand up for your country. Well, I'm happy to see that our pal Don Lemon did not miss the big Grammy party after being arrested at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Now, I'm laughing because this is what Lemon wanted to happen. And I write about it in my column on BillO'Reilly.com, and I hope you take a look. And it's not really an important story, but it is demonstrative of where we are in this country right now. So there is an enormous drive to portray President Trump as a fascist brutalizer, and the ICE roundup of illegal migrants is the spear point of that drive. That's a very important story because now foreign money is involved. So let me encapsulate it all in the talking points memo. The corrupt U.S. media is not very interested in the story we broke last week, whereby we named an American citizen, a man named Neville Roy Singham, a billionaire tech guy who lives in Shanghai, China, and works in concert with the communist government there, We told you that he is pumping tens of millions of dollars into the United States to foster rebellion. He does this through 501c's, nonprofit, far left organizations. The money comes from China into those organizations. The organizations pay protesters to go out and commit mayhem. If you missed our reporting, which is now worldwide, we broke this story in detail. It is on BillO'Reilly.com. If you become a concierge member, which will enhance your life, you can get a transcript of every single word I say. Okay? But if you're not familiar with the story, go to BillO'Reilly.com and look at what we did last week. Now, you would think that every American would say, we can't allow foreign adversaries like China or Russia or the jihadists to pump money into our country to destabilize it. That's terrible. You got to stop that, right? Well, it doesn't seem like the corrupt American media is very interested. CNN didn't mention the story. MS Now didn't mention it. David Muir on ABC News didn't mention it. David was busy covering the weather as he usually does. NBC, CBS newscast didn't mention it. We kind of missed it. I don't know how. It was out there big. Fox, Newsmax, and especially News Nation. They're the best at it. They did highlight the story. So you have to ask yourself, why would these major television news agencies, and the newspapers weren't very aggressive covering it either, why would they do it? Because it doesn't fit in to their main goal of destroying Donald Trump. That's why. Simple as that. Horrible. It's just horrible. Now, over the weekend, there were protests in the usual places: Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon, and a few others around the country. They didn't amount to much. But LA and Portland are very active 501c's. They get a lot of money, and they hire people and get people out there to create mayhem. In LA, second largest city in the country, there were 8 arrests. Okay? None of those people will be charged. Here's what the mayor said. Go.
I believe there's still about 150 people that are in an intersection, and I know that there have been.
This is in Vietnam. There was the usual far-left cranks mobilized in social media. They have lists of names, send them out, go here. You know the drill.
Now, let's listen to Chamath Palihapitiya. He says something very interesting about, I guess, can you call it the deep state? The people really control the world from behind. You don't see them. They're not, the media light doesn't showcase them. And here, let's listen to him.
There's about 150 people that run the world. Anybody who wants to go into politics, they're all fucking puppets, okay? There are 150, and they're all men, that run the world, period, full stop. They control most of the important assets. They control the money flows. And these are not the tech entrepreneurs. Now, they are going to get rolled over the next 5 to 10 years by the people that are really underneath pulling the strings. And when you get behind the curtain and see how that world works, what you realize is it is unfairly set up for them and their progeny. There's about 150 people that run the world.